Magandang hapon po mga kababayan, ako po si G. Tonji. Kasama natin muli ang ating mga kaibigan mula sa Asian Journal para balitaan tayo tungkol sa ating midweek news.
Asian Journal, the Filipino-American community newspaper since 1991.
At ngayon naman kasama natin ang ating correspondent from Los Angeles, si Annie Nepomuceno from Asian Journal. Hello, Ate Annie!
Hello, magandang hapon sa iyo, G.
Magandang hapon. It's so nice to finally see you again.
Yes, everything's working now.
Yay! Okay, simulan na natin. A lot of Filipino Americans exercised their right to vote yesterday. We're all excited to hear about the outcome for the elections. Please share with us.
Yes, the news is that Governor Jerry Brown wins a fourth term. It's his final term, but this is an unprecedented fourth term for the Democrats. There has been no GOP member since 2006 in the state of California, which is basically a Democratic state. However, in the national level, the Senate has been taken over by the Republicans in the first time. They have the majority now in the first time in 8 years.
Ang hindi po alam ng mga tao is, oo, nanalo si Governor Brown, pero alam nyo ba na si Kashkari, yung kanyang opponent na hindi nanalo, ang kanyang fiancé, Filipina.
Ganun ba yun? Well,
Oo.
actually,
Oo.
15 other Filipinos actually ran in the Bay Area. Although in the assembly and the local district level, I think they're still counting, but Rob Bonta, again, made it into the assembly. So may Filipino na naman tayo doon.
Yes, and of course, we want to thank everybody that exercised their right to vote yesterday. Sa mga social media, nakita natin yung mga picture ng mga pumunta sa halalan at pinost nila na bumoto sila. So, napaka-importante po niyan because we need to have our voices heard as Filipino-Americans. Hindi po ba?
Yes, that's true. And it's a right that we should always exercise. And actually, I think the Filipino-Americans, as part of the California, they passed Props 1 and 2. Prop 1 being 7.5 billion water bond has been passed, and Proposition 2 is for a rainy day fund for the state. However, in the other four measures, only one has passed, and that is Prop 47, which was to reduce the felony drug crimes to misdemeanors instead of felonies. And the others were actually voted down, like Proposition 45, 46, and 48.
All right. Ate Annie, let's move on to our next story. What do you have for us?
Yes, President Aquino, again, through Vice President Binay, he said share solutions instead of criticism. The President, Pinoy, is ready to let go of his longtime ally, Vice President Jejomar Binay, as part of the executive department, after the latter series of criticisms about the governing power of the current administration. Aquino usually who is friends with Binay, but in this case he has slammed Binay and has been dropping hints that he will be accepting the Vice President's resignation when it comes.
I doubt that Binay will resign. He's still one of the strong contenders for the presidential elections coming up soon. Now, let's move on to a story that's not so good that happened in Seattle. Ate Annie, share with us what happened.
Yes, unfortunately, a Filipino grandfather commits double murder and suicide in Seattle. This quiet Monday evening was suddenly turned tragic with a horrible double murder and suicide incident that occurred in a Pinoy family's home. The suspect, who is a Filipino grandfather, his name is Honorario Yango. He's 78 years old. He reportedly killed his daughter and granddaughter before turning a gun on himself on the night of October 27. This was after a confrontation about an alleged act of sexual abuse on Yango's 11-year-old granddaughter, Analia Coward.
Alam naman natin, Ate Annie, sa ating kultura, hindi natin pinag-uusapan ang sexual abuse, lalo na sa pamilya. Alam ko, sa Pilipinas, ito ay isang issue na hindi pinag-uusapan, na kailangan pag-usapan. You know, these things happen and we need to know about them.
Yeah, nakakalungkot nga itong nangyari na ito. Pero itong batang ito na si Analia, she actually made statements on her blog na merong nangyayari sa kanilang bahay, ngunit hindi nga ito nalaman ng kanyang ina until recently, and I guess that's the reason for the confrontation. Everything is still under investigation now.
All right. Well, moving on to better news. Let's talk about the plastic bag issue. Apparently, a lot of people are in favor of this.
Yes, a lot of people are in favor of this. They don't seem to think that it's such a bad thing, or they have to make a really big adjustment in their shopping habits. But would you believe there are also people who are against this?
Yes, Ate Annie, definitely what people don't understand is Filipinos reuse their bags. They use it for the trash bin. Anyway, maraming salamat po sa inyong midweek news update dito sa Kababayan Today. Ate Annie, we'll talk again soon. Maraming salamat. To get the full story, you can go to asianjournal.com and you can read all about it there. Maraming salamat muli sa Asian Journal. Magbabalik tayo dito sa Kababayan Today.